Okay, I've decided to make this different. I don't know what the hell. I don't know what that was. Let's just get into the game. Man, it takes me a while to get back to these, honestly. Oh well. I still can't believe that I'm excited about something called Literature Club. If somebody had told me a year ago that I'd be interested in a club dedicated to reading, I'd called them crazy. Shoot, I'd have to call them crazy a week ago. The crowd is really thick today, since everyone is screaming to get home for the weekend. Super thick. Because of this, I wind up arriving at Literature Club after everyone else. Ladies, I have arrived. Took you long enough. Natsuki is blunt as always. You weren't scared of me, were you, Morgaren? Please, Natsuki, you don't frighten me. Oh? I guess I'll have to try harder then. Hello, Morgaren. Yuri greets me in a soft, polite tone. It's a pleasure as always. I assure you, Yuri, the pleasure is all mine. Maybe cheesy, but it sure beats hot in here. Hope you have some of that charm left for me, Morgaren. But of course, Monica. I gotta admit, getting a laugh out of Monica just about makes my day. Anyway, since you're all here, we need to discuss the festival. Yes, I can't wait for the festival. Really? You were pretty apprehensive yesterday. I'm not looking forward to our poetry reading thing. I'm looking forward to what everyone else is up to. There's so much food. Oh yes, I love seeing the work of art that some of the different clubs put on display. The different paintings and sculptures, it's all my favorite thing to see them all. Last year the anime club set up a Smash Bros tournament. I've been in one of those, and I didn't win. I got like 3rd place, but at least I got 3rd. I got a bag of chips out of it. That's about it. That was pretty cool. Oh well, yes, I suppose that was interesting as well. Stick to manga, Morgaren. I'll shut up now. Hey, do you guys know what Monica's favorite festival snack is going to be? Squid! Cause her name's Monica? I'm pretty sure I looked into that last time, and if I'm remembering correctly, Ika is squid in Japanese or something? I believe that's what it is. Or it's like, I don't know, it has to do something with the squid. I know that, but I'm looking it up. Well, right, okay. I think it's like Ika or something. That's not how my name is pronounced. Stick to manga, Natsuki. Ugh, you guys are no fun. Sayori would have laughed. Hey, where's Sayori anyway? Now that I think of it, I don't feel that familiar ache in my ribs. Oh, there she is. Yuri points to a desk in a far corner of the room where Sayori is sitting quietly. I didn't notice her over there. Yeah, me either. Sayori doesn't seem to be doing much, just sort of staring at her desk. This is pretty unusual for her, so I decided to talk to her. Hey, Sayori. I get no response. Sayori just sits there staring at the desk. I wave my hand in front of her face. Sayori? Huh? We're spacing out again. Oh, sorry. This is weird. I don't think I've ever seen Sayori act like this. Sayori, are you sure you're okay? Oh, I'm fine, Morgaren, really. See? She puts on a smile for me. But I know Sayori's smile. It's big and warm and full of life. Her smile can bring you up from the darkest depths and back into the sunlight. This is not Sayori's smile. Well, if you say so. Really, don't worry so much about me. Just go and read with everyone else. I'll be fine right here. Alright, Sayori. I worriedly glance at Sayori before turning back towards everyone else. But the conversation has really dispersed with everyone back at their usual activities. Maybe I should ask Monica if she's noticed anything about Sayori recently. Since they've been preparing for the festival, they might be spending a lot more time together. I approach Monica, who is shuffling through some papers at her desk. Karen, what's up? Hey, this might sound a little strange, but Have you noticed anything up with Sayori recently? Anything up with her? In what way do you mean? Maybe I'm reading into it a little too much, but she seems a bit down today. Oh, you think so? Monica peers across the room at Sayori, who is idly dragging a rubber eraser up and down her desk. Maybe there is something on her mind. But I'm surprised I'm not the one asking you, my girl. You certainly know her a lot better than I do. Yeah, but she was never really like this. She's always talked to me about things that bothered her, but this time when I asked her, she was really dismissive. Sorry, I know it's not your problem. I just wanted to ask if you knew anything. No, it's important to me too. I mean, I'm also friends with her, and I also care about the well-being of my club members, you know? Let me try talking to her myself. Alright. Monica smiles. I clicked meaningfully. Monica stands up from her desk and walks across the room to where Sayori is sitting. I watch her kneel down next to Sayori and gently talk to her. She keeps her voice so quiet that I can't hear her from here. Good. Hey Sayori, what's up? You seem like you have something on your mind. Oh, Monica. Hi! I'm really excited for the festival, you know? So yeah, are you sure you're alright? I'm just fine, Monica. Never better. Well, okay. I just wanted to check. Garen told me he was worried about you. Well, Garen? I told him not to worry about me. I told him he needed to go talk to Yuri and Natsuki. They both like him, you know? I bet he'll end up dating one of them. And then he'll want to spend all this time with them. But that won't happen if he's worried about me, so you just tell him to forget about me and go spend time with the others. Sorry, may I ask you a question just between the two of us? Do you like Garen? Yeah. I wondered. I know it's complicated because you two have known each other for so long, but I'm sure Garen will come around. He cares about you a lot, and I wouldn't be surprised if he felt the same way about you. And frankly, if he doesn't, then that's just his loss. But why would Garen feel that way about me when he could be with Yuri and Natsuki or you, Monica? You're also incredible, and I'm just me. So you don't talk about yourself that way. You are an amazing person. You make every day brighter with your presence, and frankly, I couldn't run the club without you. You remember what happened the other day between Yuri and Natsuki? I'm honored to have you in this club. I'm honored to have you as vice president. I'm honored to have you as our friend. Don't sell yourself short and don't depend on other people to make you feel better about yourself. Anyway, that's Monica's self-worth lecture of the day. Monica, please don't tell Garen about how I feel. Don't worry, your secret is safe with me. But seriously, Sayori, if you ever need to talk, I'll listen. Okay. Okay, everyone. After some time passes, Monica calls out to the clown room. We need to discuss plans for the festival, so why don't we cut our reading time a little short and share our poems now? Everyone gets to retrieve their poems, and I do the same. I make eye contact with Monica, and she smiles at me. I wonder what she's talking about with Sayori. Sayori? Oh, sorry, Garen. I guess I kind of spaced out. Your poem is nice. Sayori, are you sure you're okay? Yeah. I'm good. You're just acting kind of funny. Oh, you know, it's just a little rain cloud. We all get them sometimes. Anyway, are you making friends in the literature club? You seem to be making friends with Natsuki. That's a sudden change of topic. Well, yeah, Natsuki and I ran into each other at the bookstore last night. She needed me to hold on to some manga she was buying, so I was giving it back to her when you saw us at lunch. Ah, I see. You've been reading a lot with Yuri, also I've noticed. Oh, Garen, you're calmer, or you're charmer. Is Sayori jealous? Sorry, you know I care about you, right? Yeah, I know, Garen. I just really want you to I really want you to make lots of friends, so you won't be lonely. Sayori, I'm really happy you invited me to join the literature club. I know I wouldn't have even thought of it. was reading fine like just a moment ago. I don't know what's happening to me right now. I know I wouldn't have even thought of it if it weren't for you. That's a tongue twister, man. But even though I've made new friends here, you'll always be my dearest friend. Again, please don't say things like that. Huh? I don't deserve it. You don't need to be so nice to me, Sayori. I can't tell she's choking back a sob. Why is she like this all of a sudden? Sayori, tell me what's wrong. What can I do to make it better? Oh, it's nothing really. I just had a little moment there. Just a little rain cloud. Like I said, don't worry about him again. You go have fun with everyone else. Don't worry about me. Alright. You aren't going to skip out on me, are you? No, of course not. Monica has something to talk to us about. Monica has something to talk to us about for the weekend. I really want to hear more about it. I don't know what it is with me and talking lately. It's just like, for the past month, me and reading has not been too good, essentially. And I don't know why. That's the first I've heard of anything happening this weekend. Alright, Sayori. So, no poem today? Huh? Oh no, I didn't get it done. Sorry. Well, okay. I guess that just gives you more time to admire mine then. Yeah. Hey, are you okay? You seem kind of, I don't know, out of it. Oh, I'm just tired. You know, with playing the festival and all. Festival. It's taken a lot out of me. Yeah, I bet. It seems like a pretty big job. But I know you and Monica have a good plan, and we'll all work to make it a great festival for all of us. I'm really looking forward to getting together with everyone this weekend. We haven't all really hung out outside of school before. It'll be fun. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it as well. Maybe I'll write a poem to share with everyone since I don't have one today. Sure, can't wait to read it. Speaking of which, here's my poem for today. Excuse me. I'll be your beach. Your mind is so full of troubles and fears that diminished your wonders over the years. But today I have a special place, a beach for us to go. A shore reaching beyond your sight, a sea that sparkles with brilliant light. The walls in your mind will melt away before the sunny glows. I'll be the beach that shines your worries away. I'll be the beach that you daydream about each day. I'll be the beach that makes your heart leap. In a way you thought had left you long ago. Let's bury your heavy thoughts in a pile of sand. Bathe in sunbeams and hold my hand. Wash your insecurities in the salty sea and let me see you shine. Let's leave remembrance in a footprint trail, set you free in a windy sail, and remember your seasons. You're wonderful. Reasons, not seasons. When you press your lips to mine, I'll be the beach that washes your worries away. Washes, not watches. I just don't know what's... I'm hoping I don't permanently keep screwing up on words because I plan on doing radio and that's just gonna murder me. I'll be the beach that you daydream about each day. I'll be the beach that makes your heart leap. In a way thought had left you long ago. But if you let me by your side, your own beach, your own escape, you'll learn to love yourself again. Oh, the beach. Yeah, it was Yuri's idea. Since we wound up writing about the same thing yesterday, we decided to pick a topic we could both write about. It's a little longer than I intended. It's a little out of my comfort zone, but it's a good branch out, I guess. But it's good to branch out. I hope Yuri's influences are rubbing off on me. I mean, if I started writing like her, it'd take forever to finish reading our poems. That's the key. Ooh. What is this about? Huh? Oh, well, no one in particular. It isn't Vulgarian, is it? Huh? I mean, what makes you say that? Well, you two were at lunch with each other today, and you both like manga. I mean, you two would make a great couple. Well, I mean, I am pretty great. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if he felt that way about me. But, you know, it's not like I wrote this for him or anything. I mean, why do you care? Oh, it's nothing, Natsuki. Just put it out of your mind. I'm just glad you two are becoming friends, that's all. Oh, well, thanks. I mean, he's still a dummy. Right. Oh, do you not have a poem for today, Sayuri? No, not today. Sorry, Yuri. Oh, well, I was interested in reading some more of your poetry. I understand that sometimes life's pressures weigh us down to the point that we cannot take part in what we enjoy. Perhaps something is bothering you? I'm just having one of those days, you know? Just a little rain cloud, as I like to say. Oh dear, well, I do understand. I'm prone to those as well. Well, what do you do when you feel this way, Yuri? Oh, well, I have some rather unusual ways to bring myself out of a bad mood. For example, I have my aromatherapy. Right. I found that a good dose of jasmine oil can help lift the spirits. If you're feeling ill, you could add a dose of thieves oil to help you feel better. What the hell is thieves oil? Or no, I don't know what the hell that is. If you like, I could loan you a diffuser and a few oils. Thanks, Yuri. I don't know if oils and aromas are my thing. Okay, in that case, perhaps you could try escaping into a good book. I know Monica has been helping you with poetry, but have you been reading more since you joined the literature club? Well, no, not really. Oh, Sayuri, there are so many worlds and horizons you have yet to explore. I found that when I'm engrossed into a book, all of my troubles seem to float away. And recently I found how delightful it is to discuss what I'm reading with someone else. Magara and I have been reading through one of my favorite books together and discussing it. It is so enlightening, having a different view of what I'm reading. I must thank you, Sayuri, for inviting him. He has been a wonderful addition to our little club. Yeah, you're welcome. Anyway, why don't you read my poem? Perhaps it'll help you put you into a better mood. Yuri's poems are always hard for me to read. Beach. A marvel millions of years in the making, where the womb of each of Earth's chaotically meets the surface, under the clean blue sky, and expands. I always have trouble reading this. Is that an R or something? No, expanse. An expanse of bliss, I'll just say that. But beneath gray rolling clouds of an endless enigma, the easiest world to get lost in is one where everyone can be found. One can only build a sandcastle where the sand is wet. For where the sand is wet, the tide comes. Will it gently lick at your foundations until you give in? Or will a sudden wave send you crashing down into the blink of an eye? Either way, the outcome is the same. Yet we still build sandcastles. I stand where the foam wraps around my ankles, where my toes squish into the sand. Excuse me. The salty air is therapeutic. The breeze is gentle yet powerful. I sink my toes into the ultimate boundary. Line. Okay. Oh, God. Tempted by the foamy tendrils? It's almost done. Let's finish this off. Turn back, and I abandoned my piece to invade. Avoid at the shore. That doesn't look. Oh God. Drift forward, and I retire. Return to Earth forevermore. I was focusing on so many words I didn't know what the hell I was talking about there. Well, the beach, yeah, but still. How fun. Yes, this came from a discussion I had with Natsuki. Our poems yesterday were somewhat familiar, so we decided to pick a topic for us both to write about. I have fond memories of the beach, so it seemed like a good subject to write about. Oh, really? It sounds like there is a story there. Well, it isn't important. You don't need to be bored with the details. Oh no, Yuri. You said yesterday that you'd tell me more about yourself. I did, didn't I? Well, if you insist. When I was younger, my parents would often take me to the beach. It was something I looked forward to so much. The images of the poem were all from my personal experiences. Building sandcastles, smelling the salty air, feeling the sand between my toes. These experiences stayed with me throughout my life. After my father left, my mother wasn't able to take me to the beach so as often. Over time, these sensations came to define my childhood. They are, in a sense, bittersweet. So, good and bad? Yes. Good because they represent a happy time in my life, but also sad because of how much my life has changed since then. Because things are different now, and now you can't go back to how they were. Yes, Sayori. That's precisely what I mean. Yeah, I understand. More than you know. I don't have a poem for today, Monica. That's fine, Sayori. I know poetry is probably the last thing on your mind today. I just want to make sure you're okay. Oh, I'm fine, Monica. See? Happy face. If you say so, but don't need to be happy all the time, you know. But making people happy is what I do. That's my reason for being here. Sorry, it isn't your job to make everyone happy, especially if you aren't focusing on your own happiness. But making other people happy is what makes me happy. Sorry, there's nothing wrong with making other people happy. But if that's the only thing you strive to do, you'll lose yourself in other people's expectations. We can't always depend on others to make us happy. Despite what people may say, they can't always be there for you. They come into your life and then leave just as suddenly. It's best to focus on yourself instead. You have to learn to find your own happiness. I don't know if I can do that, Monica. Sometimes life doesn't give us a choice. Anyway, I mean what I said earlier, Sayori. Please come talk to me if you have any troubles, okay? Okay. Hey, Monica. Yes, Sayori? I'm really looking forward to meeting up this weekend. Well, let's talk about that after we are done reading the poems. Alright guys, now that we've read our poems, we need to discuss... Whoa. I almost pushed over my water. We need to discuss festival preparations. We all know what our jobs are, right? I know what I'm doing. That's right. That's good with making cupcakes. Yep, all sorts of different flavors. Here I'll be preparing decorations for a club room. A room full of decorations adorned with your beautiful handwriting will really enhance our atmosphere. Of course. After all, I love atmosphere. Don't we all? And Sarah, you're in charge of pamphlets. Yeah, I've got lots of happy designs today. We'll be rolling in members in no time. I noticed that Sarah has suddenly perked up and is acting like her old self again. I don't know if I should be relieved to see her acting normal again, or concerned that her mood changed so suddenly. It's almost like she's putting on a front. So what time do we need to come over, Monica? Huh? Come over where? Oh, again, you weren't paying attention, were you? Do I ever? Monica has invited all of us to her house tomorrow so we can work on our various projects together. If we help each other, the work will go much faster, plus it'll be a splendid opportunity to get to know each other outside of school. It'll be like a literature retreat. Yep, lots of discussions that we're reading poetry. And I'll be baking, so there'll be plenty of desserts to go around. Yay, a whole day for all of us to go hang out. Oh, so, you don't have rooms for your newest members, right? A whole day of nothing but sweets and pretty girls? Twist my arm. Plus, I have to admit, I'm a bit curious to see what Monica's house looks like. Actually, guys, that's the thing I need to talk to you about. I can't have you all over this weekend. Huh? But the preparations. Yeah, Monica, what gives? We're supposed to use that time to get all of our stuff done. Look, guys, I'm really sorry, but something important suddenly came up. I can't really go into detail right now, but believe me, I'd have never called off our get-together for anything else. But the decorations I've planned would really benefit from the input of other people. The synergy produced through group work would really add to the presentation. Yeah, and baking for so many people takes a long time. I mean, I could do it by myself, but it would be so much easier with help. And just like that, Sawyer's cheerful mask drops away. My sense of unease hasn't gone away. I was really looking forward to it. I know, Sawyer, we all were. Well, that deflates the mood fast. I guess this means preparations for the festival are going to be a lot harder now. Unless, hey guys, it's just a thought, but why don't we move it to my house? Well, that got their attention. Well, again, that's a lot of responsibility to take on all of a sudden. Everyone else has a job to do, and I'm pretty much useless when it comes to that kind of stuff. So I might as well provide the place for everyone to meet up to get their projects done. It's really the least I can do, and maybe I can lend a hand to whoever needs it. No offense, McGrain, but your house isn't really as big as Monica's. I don't know if we'd all have enough room to spend out to do our projects. Huh, good to know. I have a suggestion. Perhaps if we space... Hang on. There we are. Perhaps if we space available... Oh god, I don't know why I skipped it on accident. Perhaps if the space available isn't big enough for all of us, we could come over one at a time. I mean, if that wouldn't be a burden on McGarren's time, of course. Not really. I was just going to spend the weekend watching anime, expanding my literary horizons, that sort of thing. Came with a suggestion pretty quick, didn't you, Yuri? Well, I was just... Of course you were. Well, whatever. I'll come over on Saturday morning. So, Yuri? I mean, I live the closest, so it makes sense that I should come over first, right? I don't think anyone is going to argue with that. Okay, well, I'll come over on Saturday afternoon then. Actually, that's good. I think it would probably be best if I went to McGann's house sometime on Sunday. What? Why? Well, you'll be baking, won't you? If you bake on Saturday, the food will just sit all day Sunday and might lose flavor. So you see, it would be best if I went to McGann's house Saturday afternoon and you went on Sunday. Oh, Yuri. Natsuki-san desperately tries to find a counter to Yuri's suggestions, but it seems to be well argued. I think I just witnessed a strategy game for the ages. Fine. You take Saturday, and Karen and I will bake the cupcakes on Sunday. So I'll see him last before the festival. But, nice recovery by Natsuki. Alright, it looks like Sayuri and Morgan will make the pamphlets on Saturday morning. Garen and Morgan will make the decorations on Saturday afternoon. And Natsuki and Morgan will make the cupcakes on Sunday. Are you sure you're up to this, Morgan? I'm looking forward to it, Morgan. I've put a lot of ideas on how we can enhance our club space. Yeah, Morgan, I'll be sure to stick you with the dirty work. I said towel and put on my most confident look. I think I'm up to the task. I may not survive this. The meeting breaks after that. I took some time to exchange numbers with Yuri and Natsuki as well as get instructions on what supplies to get. I gather up my stuff and start heading for the door when Monica pulls me aside. And again, I just want to thank you for volunteering your time like that. It really means a lot to me that you're stepping up. Hey, no problem, Monica. I mean, it'll be fun seeing what everyone is like outside the school. And I think I'm getting excuse me. Oh god. Alright, I'm good. I felt really nauseous there for a second. I felt like I was about to throw up, but I'm good. And I think I'm kind of getting into this festival prep. Well, I'm glad to hear that. I wish I could join you guys this weekend. Yeah, so what exactly is happening with you this weekend anyway? Well, I don't really want to say in case it turns out to be nothing, but I'll say it has the potential to be life-changing. Wow, well, good luck with whatever it is. Thanks. Oh, again. Yeah? You probably noticed that the others have quite the competition going where you are concerned. Gee, Monica, I haven't noticed. Wait, what? I feel like I don't know what she's getting at there. I have an idea, but I don't know. Just be careful with your feelings, okay? Oh, okay, I get it. Of course. Man, what have I gotten myself into? I won't lie, the idea of pretty girls parading in and out of my house all weekend is pretty appealing. But I'm starting to worry I may be in over my head when it comes to this particular group. Besides, I'm still worried about Sayuri. Ready to go, Sayuri? Sayuri? So I guess I still thought when I was getting Yuri and Natsuki's info, I sort of got a bad feeling about how this weekend will play out. I guess there isn't anything I can do except move forward and hope for the best. What do I do? I have to do tomorrow. I have to tell Magaran how I feel. If I don't, Yuri and Natsuki will surely. I can't think about that now. What should I do? Perhaps I'll just tell him? Again, I love you. I've loved you for as long as I can remember. You are my comfort, my high point of every day. Well, with you, my world isn't bleak and cloudy. There's only light and laughter. I spend every day just waiting for the opportunity to see you again. Oh, please, Magaran, say you love me too. Say you'll hold me. Say you'll accept me. Accept me as a broken girl that I am. The broken, clumsy, stupid, worthless waste of. No, he'll never accept me. Not like this. Never like this. Oh, what can I do? How can I make him love me? Oh, there's an idea. Let's see. Do I search for... What? What's a Genki girl? I honestly have no clue what that is. But it must... I'm not even gonna get into it. Saturday morning is here before I know it. I spend a lot of time getting my house ready. I figure if I'm going to have so many girls coming through this weekend, everything might as well look its best. So here's coming over first so we can make pamphlets together. While Sarah coming over isn't terribly unusual, I have to admit that I'm still feeling a little bit nervous about her arrival. I suppose some of it is the weird way she was acting yesterday. If I'm being honest with myself, there may be a few other reasons as well. I thought about this before, but I can't say I've been bad spending so much extra time with her. In fact, I'm really starting to enjoy spending time with her. Of course, I've enjoyed spending time with the other club members as well, but I've known Sarah for so long that I haven't really thought of spending time with her as special. Lately, I've kind of beginning to think of her a bit differently than when we were young. I wonder... Huh? Oh no, I'm blind. Or dead. I'm dead and blind. My arms in front of me trying to discern my location, which caused me to fall out of my chair and onto the floor. Ow. I knew you didn't hear me come in. What's sorry? She stuck behind me and covered my eyes with her hand. What? Okay. That's legitimately funny though. That's just so dumb. you you don't look so terrible to me, Mulgaren. Looks like Soya is in a playful mood today. Lucky me. Watch your back, Soya. I'll have my revenge when you least expect it. I'm not scared of you, Mulgaren. You've never been able to sneak up on me. She's right, she's always win the hide and seek because apparently I make too much noise. Yeah, well, you're always pretty quiet. Maybe I should ask her for some pointers later. Whoa, the claws came out for just a moment at the moment of yours name. I didn't even know Sayori could make that look. She's not jealous, is she? I quickly changed the subject. Anyway, you seem a bit happier than you were yesterday. Oh, come on now, Morgan. I'm always happy. Genki desu. What? That was weird. That was weird. Anyway, I haven't seen your room in a long time. It's really clean. Last time I was here, there were toys and models and stuff all over the place. Yep, none of those here, because I stuffed them all in the closet last night. I remember when I used to come over here on Saturday mornings every week. We'd find the most sugary cereal we could and spend all morning watching anime. Do you remember that, Morgana? She gets right up in my personal space with that question. You kind of get the impression she's straining her face like she's trying to make her eyes bigger and shinier. Yeah, I do remember watching a lot of anime with you, Sayori. I suspect that's where my obsession with anime started. I never thought about it before, but I guess growing up with Sayori kind of shaped who I am. You came over so often I just kind of started to expect you. You were kind of a fixture around here back then. Well, again, I could be a fixture again, you know. Well, where did that come from? Anyway, I'm super excited to work on festival stuff with you. Yada! And just as quickly, she got sultry all too over-the-top excited again. What did she have for breakfast? It's not that big of a deal. The job needed to be done, so here we are. Besides, we're just making pamphlets. I figured we'd put templates together on the computer, and... Damn it. Then just print a bunch out, okay? I don't figure it'll take too long. Oh, McGurn, you aren't trying to get rid of me, are you? What? No! I mean... Don't you want me to stay over all morning? Well, I mean, yeah, of course. My face suddenly feels hotter than it was a moment ago. Am I blushing? I don't think I've ever gotten flustered around Sayori before. You're so cute, Morgan. I've always printed out a bunch of basic pamphlets from a template. She skips over to the door retrieving her bag and pulls out about 100 pamphlets. 100 what? 100 printed pamphlets. For some reason that word isn't registering in my head. I don't know why. They have the basic information on them. Name of the club, location of the room, and so forth. It's admittingly what I had in mind when I thought of making pamphlets. So what's more is there to do? Seems like you already did the job, sir. Oh no, again, you don't get off that easy. Printing these out was just the first step. She's out into her bag. This time she pulls out a few poetry books, pencils, markers, and other art supplies. I saw many of these. We're in the literature club, not the art club. Well, I had some ideas of how we can improve the pamphlets to really get people's attention. Most clubs are just going to print theirs off to a computer like you want it to. That's boring, and eventually they're going to have a handful of pamphlets that all look the same. So we're going to add handwritten quotes in the bottom of each pamphlet. Some quotes could be from poems, some could be from books, whatever you want. Then we'll decorate each one. I'm not reading that one. I'm sorry, that's just I'm drawing a line there. We can draw out a scene from a book the quote is from, or we can draw a picture that the poem makes you think of. This way, each one of them will be special, and everyone will understand how much work we put into our club. That's a good idea, Sayori. But doesn't that seem like a lot of work for pamphlets that people will probably just throw away? I think people will take notice of the effort we put into them. It might take a little longer, but that just means more time we can spend together. Ready? Let's go. Okonomiyaki? The fuck does that mean? Well, that was interesting. If Sayori was down yesterday, she's almost maniac today. Like, she's trying too hard. And the thing that bothers me the most is her smile. Despite her strained face and huge grin, I still haven't seen Sayori's real smile today. We got to work drawing pictures for the pamphlets. I am in no way, shape, or form an artist, so my pictures are pretty basic. But Sarah's art is actually quite good. Her first few pictures are pretty simple, but after a while she starts drawing scenes from books she's read. I've never actually seen her draw before. I'm pretty impressed. What do you think of this one, Miguel? She holds up the pamphlet to show me the picture she has drawn. It's a beach at night with a full moon overhead reflected off of the waves she's below. Wow, sir, that's really beautiful. Where did you get an idea for a scene like that? I read it once in a book. It's about a young woman who was faced with a life-changing journey to a faraway land. She didn't want to leave the home she had always known, but she knew she could have a better life in the other land. So one night she went to a shoreline to contemplate her choice when the man she loved arrived to speak to her. Oh, but he didn't know she loved him. So anyway, he told her about the power of important moments. Important moments? Yeah, those moments that stick with us forever. The moments we remember when everything else fades. You see, it didn't matter if she went far away. She could always have the important moments of her homeland with her wherever she went. Wow, so what happened next? Well, after her love spoke to her, she resolved... Ugh. I wonder if me talking, I'm not used to talking so much, at the very least, I talk probably a 5-minute, 10-minute conversation with people, and that's about it, so I think I'm just not used to talking for half an hour straight, so that's what my body just starts acting weird when I continue to talk and read this out. I am generally enjoy reading this. It's just I don't know, it's weird. Well, after her love spoke to her, she resolved to take her faraway journey, taking only the important moments of her homeland with her. And so long as she lived, she never forgot that moment with her love on the shoreline. I see. So, did she ever tell him she loved him? Did she come back and marry him or anything like that? No, she never told him. She didn't want to burden his heart with the knowledge that she was pining for him so far away. So while she had her important moments of her homeland, her one regret was that she didn't have more moments with her one true love. She would have traded the world for just one more moment with him. Wow, that's kind of sad. You think she should have told him again? Should she have told him she loved him? I have a suspicion that there's more to this question than there appears. I think that she should have been more honest with him about her feelings, so that there was nothing left unsaid between them. I think you're right, Mugen. I think I navigated that minefield well enough. I think we have a lot of important moments between the two of us, don't we, Mugen? Yes, sir. Sure we do. I, for one, will never forget the time your room caught fire. Hey now, not that again. Sayori and I start talking about all the times we had together, all of our experiences and adventures, all of our special moments. The more we talked, the more Sayori seemed to go back to being herself. This is the Sayori I missed, with her smile full of sunshine. The hours feel like minutes as we relive story after story until the subject turns to... Say, Karen, do you remember the fair where we met? Yeah, you brought it up the other day. Whatever happened to it? Well, I think they eventually stopped putting it together. I guess attendance was down or something. It just wasn't worth it anymore. Oh. So your expression changes all of a sudden. She has that same kind of down look that she had yesterday. That's sad. So sad when something that once brought joy is just tossed away like that. Why do you think people do that, Mugiran? Wow, kind of a heavy question for Sayori. Well, I think that sometimes people forget about the things that used to make them happy. They take those things for granted and then they don't really think about them until they are gone. Sayori seems to ponder my answer. So how do you keep people from forgetting those things? I think for a moment, not really knowing how to answer. Perhaps the simplest answer is the best. If you don't want people to forget about what makes them happy, I guess you just have to remind them of what made them happy in the first place. Let's put it this way. Life isn't always happy. It's full of ups and downs. So you have to find good times, the times that made you happy, and hold on to them. Because even when times are hard, you can't always look back and think about how much you enjoyed the good times. Sort of like heroin from your book, and there's special moments. Sort of like the heroine. Sayori doesn't say nothing. Doesn't say anything, not nothing. I'm using my slang now. Oh, I'm all out of water. She seems to be mulling? The hell does that mean? Okay? You won't do that to me, will you? Huh? Forget about me? I mean, will you always think of me as being one of the good things in your life? Sayori, you can never be anything but wonderful to me. I genuinely hope there are many good days ahead of you, for you and me. Besides, how could I ever forget you? I feel the same way, Mugiran. Just like that, Sayori goes back to decorating her pamphlets. She's really been a roller coaster lately. I wonder what's gotten into her head to ask me all these types of questions. After some hours of decorating and chatting, we finally finished the pamphlets. While I didn't initially see the value in doing this, I will admit, I'm somewhat proud of the stack of individualized pamphlets we have. Well, that seems to be all of them. Yeah, they look so nice. I know it seems like a lot of work for something so little again, but I really think this will help convince people to check out our club. I'll admit I wasn't fired up at first, but I think they turned out really nice. We picked up the supplies and put everything back in Sayori's bag. I'll hang on to the pamphlets here and take them to the school on Monday. They'd probably get lost in your room, Sayori. Meanie. Hey, don't take it so hard. You commented on how clean my room was. I should come over and help you clean yours like I used to. Okay. Okay. Yeah, okay. I'd like it if you came over sometime. You haven't been over as often lately. You know, McGurn, I think the thing I love most about the literature club is that I've gotten to spend so much more time with you. Yeah, I feel the same way, Sayori. We used to hang out more often. It's been really nice spending time with you. I'd like to get together more often. Me too. Sayori picks up her bag and I lead the way down the stairs. As I reach the bottom, Sayori stops at the first step and starts fumbling around in her bag again. Same again, I made one more pamphlet. I was kind of thinking of you when I made it. I want to know what you thought. Sayori takes an extra pamphlet out of her bag and hands it to me. Huh? There's usually a blurb about the literature club on it like the others. But there's also a picture of the two people sitting next to each other on it. The couple in the picture are facing away so you can't see the back of their heads. Behind their backs, they are holding hands. Underneath them is written, "A poem never ends." I can't help but notice that drawn couple looks suspiciously like Sayuri and myself. Sayuri, are these supposed to be... I should have read that. Shit. I was just reading the bottom there and I just like... I don't know. I slapped myself for doing that. If you like it, the line is from the poem I wrote. I can show you the whole thing if you like. I have it right here. She reaches clumsily into her bag again. But this time she moves so suddenly she loses balance. Whoa, whoa, Sayuri! Oh, Sayuri, are you alright? You managed to fall right on top of me. You're the only person I know who could possibly fall from a standing. My vision clears to find Sayuri's face just inches from mine. I caught her as she fell, and now I'm sprawled out on the floor with her on top of me. It's kind of awkward. Say, remember when we were kids and used to play wrestle? Those were the days, eh? Sayuri doesn't say anything. Her eyes are totally fixed on mine. I could feel her chest rise and fall with each breath. Slowly she puts her hands on my shoulders. Again? We aren't children anymore. If I wasn't blushing before, I certainly am now. Sayuri's face is inches closer to mine as her lips slightly part. Her eyes begin to close. I find that my lips are slightly parted as well. Do I say something? Or is this what I want? Suddenly, she stops just hairs width from my face. Again? Sayuri speaks in a breathy whisper. Is your heart beating? Is it wanting to leap out of your chest? Do you have that feeling? Like you are in love? Because I don't feel anything. She sits up suddenly. Again? Don't I feel anything? Where's the lightheadedness? Where are the butterflies in my stomach? Where's the rush of joy that comes from being with the one you love? Where is it? Why don't I feel anything? Sayuri? No. Don't do this to me. No, please. It's not fair. Why? Why don't the rain clouds go away? Sobs begin to form in Sayuri's throat. I'm at a loss for words. So sorry, Mokuran. I have to go. She runs out of the door, barely stifling a cry. She's on the floor, completely blown away. I'm still on the floor, completely blown away by what just happened. What on earth is going on with Sayuri? She was down yesterday, maniac this morning, and now she runs out crying? I don't know how, but I desperately want to help my friend. But how can I help her if I don't know what is wrong? I decide I will try to talk to Sayuri later. Perhaps she needs space right now. Besides, Yuri should be here in an hour or two. And I hope the rest of the weekend isn't as eventful as this morning was. Well, that was an eventful weekend. After the episode of Sayuri on Saturday morning, I had equal interest in encountering Yuri on Saturday afternoon with Natsuki earlier today. I always wanted to be popular with the ladies, but this is a bit too much. I always feel like a protagonist in a harem. I almost feel like a protagonist from a harem anime or something. However, despite everything that's going on, I keep thinking about Sayuri. She's been acting so strangely. I gave her some space on Saturday, but I decided it is time to talk about what happened. Besides, she left her bag at my house, so it's the perfect excuse. I sent her a text to let her know I'm coming, then pick up our bags and head over to her place. Once I reach Sayuri's house, I knock on the door before entering it myself. Oh shit. Oh shit. Are you serious right now? Is it literally just gonna do that again? The house is quiet. Her parents aren't home. I assume they're out working again, even on Sunday. Sayuri isn't anywhere on the first floor, so I assume she's up in her room. It's almost strains. Excuse me. It's almost strange of her not to run down and greet me. I head up to her room where I finally find her. Sayuri? like, mods are unpredictable, man. I'm okay. Something isn't right. She seems to be like she was on Friday. Now she's even more distant. You, left your bag at my house the other day. Oh, thanks. I dropped the bag by my door and sit down in her room. Sayuri forces a smile, but it's easy to tell that she's different. The real smile she had yesterday when we were discussing all the times we had together is gone now. There's a minute of silence between us. You were talking about coming over here more, weren't you? Ah, I guess you're right. Here I am. Not much has really changed, has it? Sayuri's room is as messy as it's always been. I also recognize the stuffed animal and wall decorations that she had for years now. If you came over more often, it wouldn't be such a mess. That's because I'd end up cleaning it for you. Yep. There's more silence between us. Sayuri stares in a random direction. Everything about her behavior is really uncharacteristic. I finally get to the point. I just wanted to see how you were doing. After you left yesterday, you've been acting unusual lately. So, Sarah smiles, shaking her head. No, Morgan. Huh? Can it just be like it's always been? Please? Can we go back to how things were before? Sarah, what are you talking about? This is all my fault. I should have kept my mouth shut and let things play out the way they should have. Then you'd be with Yuri or Natsuki, or you'd be happy. You'd walk home with them every day, hand in hand. You'd stare deep into their eyes and promise them the world, and they'd look at you with love in their eyes. Do you know how beautiful your eyes are, Morgan? I'd give anything. But that's the problem, isn't it? I'd ruin everything. I was weak and expressed my feelings. It's just like me, isn't it? Stupid Sayuri. Now everything has fallen apart. Yuri and Natsuki won't be happy because I tried to make something that I didn't deserve. And now you're here, worried about me. I guess this is my punishment. I've been punished for being so selfish. Sayuri! I grabbed Sayuri by her shoulders. What on earth are you saying? Are you listening to yourself right now? Something's happened to you. Somebody did something or said something. Or maybe you got sick, or I don't know. Tell me, Sayuri. Tell me so we can fix this. Sayuri gives me an empty smile. I really appreciate that, Morgan, but you're wrong. Nothing happened to me. I've always been like this. You're just seeing it for the first time. Seeing what? What are you talking about, Sayuri? You're really just going to make me say it, aren't you, Morgan? I guess I have no choice then. The thing is, I've had really bad depression my whole life. Did you know that? I'm not always a bundle of sunshine, you know? Why do you think I'm late to school every day? Because most days I can't even find a reason to get out of bed. What reason is there to do anything when I fully know how worthless I am? Why go to school? Why eat? Why make friends? Why make other people put their energy and caring to waste by having them spend it on me? That's what it feels like. That's why I just want to make everyone happy, without anyone worrying about me. I'm in shock. I can't even figure out how to respond. How is it possible that Sayuri kept this from me the entire time I've known her? Why, Sayuri? Huh? Why is it that you've never told me about this? It almost feels like you betrayed me is what I for Christ's sakes, I just can't speak. is what I was about to say. If I were writing that, I would say is what I would like to say. But that's just me being Canadian, I think. I'm in a role of raw emotion. I can barely formulate thoughts at this point. Now that one I've not heard. If I knew, I would have done everything I could to support you. Even if there's only so much I could do, I would have tried a little bit harder to make every day a little better for you. That's why I'm your friend. All you had to do was tell me. Why? You don't understand it all, Morgan. Why do you think I didn't tell you? Because if I told you, then you would have to waste effort caring about me instead of doing important things. I don't want to be cared about. It's bittersweet when people try to care about me. It feels nice sometimes, but also feels like a bat being swung against my head. That's why I wanted so badly for you to make friends with everyone else. Helping everyone to be together is the best thing for me. But then I discovered something else too. Seeing you make friends and get closer with everyone who's in the club feels like a spear going through my heart. So that's why I acted the way I did yesterday. I realized how I felt about you and maybe if you felt the same. But it didn't work out the way it did it. I had everything I wanted in the world right there and I didn't feel anything. That's why I decided the world just wants to torture me. Every path leads to nothing but hurt. You're right that I don't understand. I don't understand your feelings at all, Sayuri. But I don't need to understand. Whatever it takes for me to help you stop hurting, that's what I'll do. No, Morgan. There's nothing at all. Maybe the only thing that could have helped is if everything could be like if everything could be like it always was. But I was selfish. I reached too far. I finally showed you what a horrible person I am. Tears streaked down Sawyer's face. I made you join the literature club because I was selfish. And I was punished by my heart hurting in a way that I couldn't understand. And now I've made you hurt too. I'm just weak and selfish. That's all I am. That's why I'm going to accept these punishments. Because I deserve every last one. I just don't understand. I just don't know what to say. I don't know what to do. I want to pull Sawyer's face. That would be a terrible thing to do right now. I want to pull Sayuri close to me. I want to hold her until she feels better. But is that what she needs right now? I don't know. I just want her to know I care. Sayuri. I don't care if you feel selfish. I'm really happy you convinced me to join the club. Seeing it every day makes it worthwhile enough. If I make friends with everyone else, then that's just a bonus. But please never underestimate how much I care about you. I wouldn't have it any other way. Again, she starts sobbing. No, don't do this to me. Sayuri barely manages to speak between her sobs. If you have it in you to call yourself selfish, then you have to let me be selfish too. No matter what it takes, I'll figure out what it needs to change. Don't make this about you, please. It always bothers me. I'll make these feelings go away. Do not make this about you. And if there's anything you need me to do, then you'd better tell me. I'll get mad if you don't. I don't know. I don't know anything. It's all really scary. I don't understand any of my feelings, Morgan. I'm either feeling nothing or I'm feeling pain. Well, the festival's tomorrow. The festival. Yeah, it's going to be fun, right? Yeah. How would you like for me to spend it all with you? It's what I want. I promise. I think that would be nice then. Yeah. So your wipes her eyes. Would you like for me to stay over here for the rest of the day? Sorry. I don't know if that would be I don't know if that would be very good for me today. You understand, right? It's kind of hard for me to fully understand, but I'm trying my hardest. It's okay. Don't worry too much about it. I'll see you tomorrow, okay? Alright. I look forward to it. I pack up my bag and walk down the stairs and out of Sayuri's front door. I stand and loiter a bit in front of her house. Of everything that's happened this weekend, this has been by far the hardest. The thoughts are swirling through my head, one after the other. What can I do to help her? Can I help her? Should I talk to someone about this, or should I respect Sayuri's privacy? I continue to think about these questions as I start to walk back to my house, when suddenly, again, Sayuri runs out of her front door after me. She stops right in front of me. I put my bag down and try to think of something to say to her, when suddenly, Sayuri wraps her arms tightly around me. I'm shocked momentarily by this. but all I can do is hold Sayuri in my arms and pull her closer. Sayuri, if you want, you'll never have to let go of me again. She doesn't say anything. She just continues to hold me, as if she may never get to do this so again. That's foreshadowing, isn't it? Oh boy. Eventually I feel Sayuri's grip around me weaken a bit. She releases me, then we stand to look at each other for a moment. So, I guess I'll see you at the festival tomorrow, eh? That's Canadian, good. She stooped down to pick up my bag, holds it for a moment, then hands it back to me. A weak smile spread across her face. Yeah, goodbye, Morgan. I never felt more uncertain when it comes to Sayuri. I'm having as much trouble understanding Sayuri's feelings as she is, even though I want to confront her. I just don't know what to do in this situation. I know these thoughts will continue to plague me until things are back to the way they were. I just don't know. Sayuri is so important to me. What can I do to give her a happy future? It's finally the day of the festival. For some reason it seems like we have been preparing for this event forever. I'm pretty worn out after a long weekend. I managed to get together with everyone to finish the tasks at hand. Yuri has the decorations as well as the flyers Sayuri and I prepared. I have the cupcakes Natsuki and I prepared yesterday. I assume Monica will be at the school, hopefully finished with whatever she's doing this weekend. I'm curious about what's up with her, but honestly I found myself mentally occupied with my own problems. I had a pretty odd place with Sayuri, Natsuki, and Yuri. Admittedly, I'm a little nervous to be in a space with all three of them, and all that went on this weekend. You know, joining a literature club would lead to so much drama. I gather my things and head to the corner to wait for Sayuri. I've been mulling over the things she told me yesterday. I'm ashamed that I've known her for years and I never had any idea she was suffering from depression. I've gone through every conversation I could remember with her. Did I contribute? Was I too hard on her? I've known her for so long that I'm not always careful about how I talk to her. It was rude for her, and it would be rude for anyone else, but I always thought of it was just friendly banter. Maybe I should apologize, or maybe that would be weird. Maybe she doesn't want me to treat her differently. Would it make things worse if I did? What does she need? What can I do for her? I just don't know what to do. As I stand there with a million thoughts running through my head, it occurs to me that Sayuri isn't here yet. Emily should be running down the street to catch up with me. Strange. Of all days, I expected this to be the one where she'd walk to school. I try to call her, but she won't answer her phone. I wonder if I should go to her house. Maybe she overslept again? Ultimately, I decided against it. There were so many emotions swirling around honestly, maybe she just needs some space right now. So I cross the street and head off to school. Darn, you're the first one here. Thanks for being early. No problem, Monica. I set down the cupcakes on the table. So how was your thing this weekend? Monica's demeanor changed at the questions. Well, it was informative. I don't mean to sound rude, but I'd honestly rather not talk about it right now. No time, perhaps? I understand. Whatever happened seems to be weighing on her. I can relate. I decided to change the subject. So what do we need to do to get started here? Well, it seems to have perked her up. Yuri should be here soon with the decorations and we can start getting everything ready. Hey, where's Sayuri? Don't you two usually walk to school together? Well, she didn't show up today. That's strange. She's been helping put this festival together for some time now. Nothing has happened this weekend, did it? Funny you should mention that, Monica. She probably slept in again. You know how she is. I cringe mentally at that statement. No, knowing what I know about Sayuri, I shouldn't be so hard on her. Her condition has shed some light on some of her behaviors. It kind of hurts to think about. Well, hopefully she shows up before the festival starts. She has a poem to recite. That reminds me, did you have time to prepare your poem? Yeah. With everything that went on this weekend, I didn't have time to read a poem. I wound up copying off one off the internet. I've got it here in my bag. I reach into my bag to retrieve to retrieve a copied poem. As I grab it, I find another piece of paper stuffed inside. Huh? What is this? I pull the paper out. It is folded in half, and with my name written on it on the outside in Sayer's handwriting. She must have stuffed it in there sometime when we were together this weekend. I open the paper up. Do you know what it's like to hold the world in your arms and feel nothing? To embrace the one you love, carve it in sunshine, and feel neither? This is my life. I now know that everything I did was in vain. I feel nothing, and you deserve better than nothing. Did Sayer write this? What is it, McGarren? Take a look at this. I hand Monica the paper and I found my bag. Oh no. This is much worse than I thought. What happened between you and Sayuri this weekend? Well, she came over on Saturday and left abruptly. When I saw her on Sunday, we talked. She told me some personal things about herself. Personal things? Please, McGarren. This could be important. Important. Well, she told me she suffers from depression. Was that right for you to tell her, though? That's... because I don't think that's the right thing to do. From my perspective, anyway, I think that should just be private, more or less. And you haven't seen her since yesterday? No. I thought she might need her space. Space? Again, space is the last thing Sayuri needs right now. This is a suicide note. Those words hit me like a ton of bricks. I suddenly feel weak. My stomach tightens. Dear God. No, not Sayuri. Please. Snap out of it, Morgan. Sayuri needs us. I'm going to talk to the school counselor. You need to get over to Sayuri's house. Right now. I overslept again. But I caught you this time. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. What was I thinking? I should have tried a little harder for Sayuri. Why do I recognize this theme? Admittedly, at first I thought it would be fun to start a new club, called it. But the more time I spent with others, the more fun it became. Not only because I learned a lot about poetry and literature, but I really feel like I've made friends for life with everyone. Sayuri, you consider everyone a friend for life. Yeah, well, I'd rather be friends with people than not to be friends with people, you know? I should have waited for her. I should have woken her up. I should have done anything. So let's just say that one day Yuri, Natsuki, and Monica asked to walk home with you. Huh? What would you do? What kind of question is that? You're kind of putting me on the spot here. Sayuri, I really think I would ditch you for one of the others. I reach Sayuri's house and pound on the door. I don't expect an answer since she's not picking up her phone either. I throw open the door and dash in. Please. God, whoever. If you're up there, please don't take her away from me. So, I guess I'll see you at the festival tomorrow, eh? A weak smile spreads across her face. Yeah. Goodbye, Morgan. Oh, that foreshadowing. With a moment's hesitation, I burst into the room. Sayuri! What's behind that door is the most horrifying thing I've ever seen. Yeah. She was still alive, thank God. Oh my God. Okay. I would lie. I finished the original game and I've played other mods that were different, and for some reason the way that this one sets it up was a lot different. Like, I legit had a pit in my stomach going through this because it didn't just like rush over there or anything. It made you reflect on like the memories you had there. And that's powerful. She was managing to weigh her body bodied fingers in between the rope and her neck, giving her just a little bit of room to breathe, but not much. I rushed over to her, put my arms around her waist, trying to lift her weight to give the rope some slack. It helped a little, but I could hear Sari taking some shallow breaths, and felt her chest rise a little. I desperately looked around her room to find some way to get her down. Her desk and bed were too far to maneuver her to stand on them. Her chair was too low for her to stand on. It also rolled, so I didn't want to risk trying to stand on it, for fear I couldn't pull her down if I fell. As I frantically scanned the room looking for anything I could use, I noticed Sayori's glass butterfly. Sayori's glass butterfly on the edge of her desk. I reached for the butterfly as best as I could. I was straining my arm to reach it while still using my other arm to hold Sayori up. After a moment, I was able to grasp the butterfly with my palm. I lifted it up and smashed it down, hard against Sayori's desk. It shattered into pieces with a loud crash. A bit of glass scattered across the desk and rained onto the floor. Thankfully, I accomplished what I wanted to do. One of the butterfly wings snapped off and was mostly intact. A clean break along the edge turned the wing into a makeshift knife. I took the wing in my hand and reached up as high as I could and used it to cut the rope. The process was agonizingly slow, but my body began to ache. But I couldn't let Sayori die, so I continued to cut it at the rope, fiber by fiber, strand by strand. What seemed like an eternity, the rope finally gave way and Sayori and I tumbled to the floor. I undid the noose and slipped it off her head. She was laying on her back, coughing and wheezing as her body fought for air. She finally settled on a series of shallow, raspy breaths. As I looked fatigued across her face, as she opened her eyes, they were distant and glossed over, like she was staring into some faraway land. Her eyes finally focused on mine, and her mouth turned upwards in a slight, sad smile. "Oh, Karen, She didn't get a chance to finish that sentence. Her eyes closed and her body went limp as she passed out. I feared for the worst, but her heart was still beating. I don't clearly recall what happened next. I know I got her to the hospital somehow, though I can't remember if I called an ambulance or if I carried her myself. I do remember that I lost all sense of time in that waiting room. I sat there motionless as I waited for a word, any word about her condition. Time seemed to stop until... Were you the one who brought Sayori in? Yes, sir, that's me. How's she? She's currently unconscious, but her vitals are stable. It's a good thing you got her here when you did. If you had been much later. So she'll be okay? Well, that's a more complicated question. She was deprived from oxygen long enough to cause short-term damage, which is treatable. Unfortunately, we don't know how long-term effects she could suffer until she wakes up. How long will that be? I'm afraid there's no way of knowing. She could wake up within an hour. She could wake up next week. There's a small chance she may not wake up at all. Not at all? Don't worry, that's very rare. As soon as she's awake, she'll be able to determine what treatment she needs. You say she suffers from depression? Yes. You have a specialist here who can help her. She'll need counseling and probably medicine as well. She will definitely need to be kept on suicide watch. We can do all of that for her here. Yes, here. Son, I'm sorry, but hospital policy states that, other than doctors, only a relative may be alone with an unconscious patient without written consent. I'm afraid you're going to have to leave. I can't leave her. I'm sorry, but rules are rules. We've already notified her parents, and they will be here as soon as they can. She is in the best place she could possibly be. We'll take good care of her. School is still in session for the day. It would be best if you went there. After everything you've been through today, you should really be with your friends. Yes, alright. Could I see her before I go? Yes, of course. The doctor led me out of the waiting room and down a nearby hallway past several doors. Eventually the doctor stopped at one, opened it up and motioned for me to go inside. The room was cold, both in feeling and decor. The nearby desk was littered with pencils, notes, and other office supplies, probably left by one of the doctors. In the corner was a bed with Sayori in it. She was hooked up to a few machines that monitor her heartbeat and other vitals. The breathing mask was fixed over her nose and mouth. There was a steady, fixed pulse and air being sent into the mask, seeming in time with the breathing of the heartbeat monitor. Her eyes were closed, her face was expressionless. A far cry from her usual joyful demeanor. I walked over to her and took her hand in mine. These cold walls and machines aren't companions worthy of you, Sayori. You are warm and gentle. Come back to me, please. I hoped and prayed for a response, for a smile, for eyes to open, anything, but nothing came. Defeated, I leaned over and kissed her forehead. Until we meet again, Sayori. And with that, I turned and walked slowly out of the room. There was nothing more I could do there. Not knowing what else to do, I instinctively head back to the school. My eyes never left the ground. I retraced every step Sayori and I would take to go to school. I finally arrived at school. The festival had been going on most of the day and was beginning to wind down. As I entered the building, I found some of the flyers advertising the literature club that has been dropped on the ground. Flyers that Sayori and I had made. My heart sank even more. I entered the club room. There was still a decent-sized crowd present. Natsuki was manning the tables where the cupcakes were sent out. Yuri was heading to the front of the classroom to present her poem. Monica was chatting with the students and teachers, discussing the club activities with them. And then she saw me. She opened her mouth to say something, but the look on her face told her everything she needed to know. She walked past the crowd of people straight to me. She put her arms around me and held me close to her. I couldn't raise my arms to hug her back. I was utterly drained and defeated. All I could do was put my head on her shoulder and be held for a while. Little did I know that would be far from the only trial I would face that day. It's raining in my heart like it's raining in the city. What is this sadness that pierces my heart? Sonia Sones. Wow, that's... So... Overall... Wow, this mod makes emotions go through you. I'm a very, emotionally hard person. You know, it's very difficult for me to watch something and get emotionally invested into it. But with this, it felt a lot more... I felt a lot more invested into it than I thought. And that was honestly I'm tripping on my words here. That's honestly I don't know. It's a very, very good mod, I would say. I'll go as far as to say it's my favorite mod so far. I've played a few of them so far, and I can honestly say that this one is my favorite so far. Just because, a lot of them made me feel... Well, didn't give me much emotion to them. It did make me emotionally invested to it a lot more than the rest of them did. Some of them were just dumb, but this one makes you a lot more invested into it. Episode 2, I'm actually going to be playing with a different person who's going to be giving me commentary with it too, so you gotta check that out too. But anyway, I'll see you guys next time. Take it easy.